In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this oven baked snapper over this bed of rainbow peppers. Thanks for watching, fam. Alright, family, so I have laid out everything that I'm going to use today to make this oven grilled fish. So you can see I have the rainbow of bell peppers right here. I have a red onion. You can use a red onion or a yellow onion. I have some cloves of garlic. You know, just a few of them here, maybe like about 5. I also have some some fresh thyme. So you know, everything that I'm using is fresh ingredients. I'm using the cilantro in the jar, though. I'm going to be using that as well. I'm going to be seasoning it with complete seasoning. I have some pepper here. And then in this jar I have like a tablespoon of pink Himalayan salt. Then I have my extra virgin olive oil. And then of course the star of the show, I have my fish, my red snapper here. Some people like the snapper with the head on. It doesn't matter to me, but for this video I'm going to be using this particular snapper, okay? And so now we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, family, so I just chopped up some onions, garlic, and I had thyme here. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add to this pan about a 1/4 cup of this extra virgin olive oil. And so to this pan I'm going to add all these vegetables that I chopped up, because what I want to do is I want to infuse the oil in the with the ingredients and vice versa, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and just add those in. And I'm doing it now because I don't want the grease to get hot first and then add my seasonings, because I don't want them to burn. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add all that in like that. And then I'm just going to mix that around and just leave that in for like a few minutes. As I said, I don't want it to burn. I just want to infuse the oil. Just go to the side. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. Woo! Okay. Lower that some. Okay. So now, this has been, I said, like a minute, about a minute or two. So now I'm going to turn this off, and I'm just going to move this off to the side, and I'm going to allow that to cool. And so while that's cooling, I'm going to go ahead and get started prepping the fish. Alright, so now we have the fish here to the pan. I'm going to just swing y'all over this way and lower you. Okay. Okay, so now we have our fish here. So what I'm going to do, right, on this side, I've already done it on this side. I'm going to add some slits to my fish. And so now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And so I have my knife here, right? So I like to give little tips, you know, in my videos. So if you have any knives in your drawer currently that are dull, I'm going to show you a way that you can, this is just garlic, y'all. So I'm going to show you a way that you can sharpen your knives using utensils in your home, okay? So I just want to demonstrate first. You see this knife? You see how it's not cutting into this fish? Alright, so what I'm going to do, let me move this over. Okay, wipe this off. I'm going to take the spoon. And I'm going to take the handle of the spoon, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back and forth against the spoon. Okay, you put some pressure on it. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay, like so. You see that? Do it a few times. Okay, so that should be good enough. And so now once you do this, make sure you rinse the knife off first before you go, you know, cutting your food, because you want to get like the you know, the saw, what is that, like when you, anyway, just make sure you just wipe the knife off. Let me just rinse it off. And so now let's see if this is gonna work, because I did it with this knife. Okay, so here's our fish back. So here's our knife, wiped off, clean. So now we're gonna go ahead and attempt to cut our slits, and let's see what she's given. Okay, is it working? Hell no. Oops, excuse me, heck no. I have to blur that out. Nope. Alright, y'all, so that was an epic fail. Moving right along, and I'm gonna leave this right in. So I'm gonna take the knife that did work and I'm gonna cut my slits in it like so. Okay, so now with my infused vegetables, I'm going to go ahead in and I'm going to take my thyme out and I'm going to add it, stuff it on the inside of my fish. Alright, so I have my tongs here, so I'm just going to go ahead and just grab my thyme, and now I'm just going to go ahead and add that inside the cavity of my fish, and I actually want to leave a couple of them out. Okay, I'm going to also put some of this garlic in here as well. Alright, and now I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to actually take some of the mixture and I'm going to spread it on the fish. Okay, get a nice amount. And then I'm going to leave some in to use for later. Let me back this up some. And so now I'm just going to go in with my hands and I'm just going to massage my fish. Turn it over and make sure you just massage it really well. You know, make sure it's covered with all this infused oil, you know, and the seasoning. Okay, go on the inside, the same thing. Just get inside your slits real good. Okay, so now I'm also going to wipe my hands. And then now I'm going to season it with my seasonings I have here, starting with, I'm going to put some complete seasoning in here. If family, if you know, for those of you who may be new to my channel, I always say my motto is you season your food to your health first before anything, and then to your liking. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead in with some pink Himalayan salt and just add some of that, you know, to it. And then now I'm going to sprinkle it with some black pepper. Okay, just add the black pepper. And so now, same thing, I'm just going to go ahead in, I'm just going to massage. Massage it really well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is set that off to the side and we're going to get started with our peppers. Alright, so now all my bell peppers, I washed them and dried them off, so now I'm going to begin to slice them. And so I'm going to try with the same knife that I sharpened to see if it'll cut the peppers, because I just don't like to be defeated. And it does, but I have to put some like pressure, you know, on it. But any case, so I'm just going to cut these, and you can cut them to your desired size or shape. Alright, you know what? Let me just go to this one right now. There we go. See? There we go. Folks have places to be, things to do. So anyway, so now I'm just going to cut these in half, and I'm just going to remove this white part here. For anybody who you know, may be new to cooking and want to know how to cut vegetables, Okay, let me just go in and show you again. So this white part right here, I'm just going to remove that. And there are, you know, easier ways to, you know, do this. I just happened to start cutting them like this, so to indicate. So I'm just going to leave these, you know, a nice size, because this is going to act as a, these peppers are going to serve as a bed, you know, for my, my fish. And I'm going to kind of speed up the clip while I'm cutting this. Alright, so now that I have all my vegetables cut up, I added them to this bowl. And to this bowl, I'm going to go ahead and add the remainder of my infused oil and vegetable. So I'm going to add this to the bowl. Let's see. Just get all that in there. And I tell you, it smells so delicious. It really smells good. Okay, and so now also to that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of this cilantro. Okay. Right there, fam. So add like a tablespoon worth. And then now I'm going to also hit that with some complete seasoning. It's a little salt, a teaspoon, and some black pepper. And then now I'm just going to mix that up really well to get everything nice and coated with my infused oil, with my cilantro paste. These pretty rainbow colors. And so I have my oven preheated on 475 degrees because of the size of the fish. It's not a big piece of fish. I've cooked, you know, pieces bigger than that. But for this size, I'm going to, like I said, cook it on 475 degrees. Okay, so I have my vegetables nice and coated. So now we're going to bring our fish back. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bed for our fish to lay on. Okay, so I'm just going to move her off to the side right here. I'm just going to add all these vegetables in here. Make sure you get all the, you know, the seasonings and stuff out of there. Okay, get all that out. There you go. You see that? Get everything in there. You pan back some, y'all. We'll have you all up in the camera. Okay, so there you go. So again, I'm just going to just spread this out like that. And then now I'm going to take my fish and I'm going to lay the fish on top of the vegetables. And what's going to happen is that as the fish is cooking, the juices from the fish is going to actually be mixed up with the vegetables. So in other words, the vegetables is going to absorb that juice as well, and therefore, you know, bring in more, you know, flavor out in our vegetables. Okay, and so now I'm not going to cover this. So I'm going to put this in the oven, and then after 10 minutes, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to flip the fish over. Hey fam, I just want to pop back in. So at the last minute, you know, and I do that sometimes, I just wanted to just show you that I'm going to add some smoked paprika to that, to my fish. So I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle that on. Okay, what's left of it anyway. Come on. Okay, so that's it. So I'm going to pop this in the oven, and then after 10 minutes I'll pop back in. Alright G Squad, it's been 10 minutes, so we're going to take our snapper out and flip her over. Can y'all see her? Okay. You know, I'm the director, the chef, everything. So just bear with me. Let's see if I move it over. Okay, here we go. Alright, so after 10 minutes, this is how it looks. And I don't know if you can see the juices from the fish. And so again, once again, the juice is actually falling onto the vegetables and seasoning it more. So now I'm just going to go ahead and flip it over so it can now begin to cook on this side. Brown and get that nice little, you know, crisp on it. Okay, so I'll pop it back in the oven once again. Okay, family, so this is 10 minutes later. So now it's been cooking so far like 20 minutes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my fish from my vegetables, and I'm going to actually mix my vegetables now to make sure I incorporate all the vegetables in the juice that came from the fish. And then I'm going to flip this fish over one last time and then finish it off with the last 10 minutes. So let me just use this and then just, you know, mix the vegetables, like I said, to get all that juice that came from your fish. And so I'm going to flip this one last time, and then we're going to pop it back in the oven, and then we'll be done. Alright, family, so here's our snapper right out of the oven. As you can see, the vegetables are nice and caramelized. Look at this fish, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this into a dish, you know, for a better presentation. Alright, family, so I transferred our fish and our beautiful peppers to a plate, and there you have it. Our we have oven baked red snapper. Lord, trying to keep up with all these meals, but anyway, yeah, we have oven grilled red snapper, you know, with rainbow peppers, and y'all, it tastes so good, it smells so good. And yeah, so that's going to be the end of this video, and I'm actually going to pop a clip in of what I paired this with. And if you're interested in seeing it, I did some seared scallops, so let me just pop that in. Here you go, family. I have my seared scallops here, and as I said, I have my red snapper with peppers. So each one of these videos, make sure you check them out and you know, show me some love. Happy holiday, family. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Mwah.